All right, this is my 40-year quest on trying to find the right cutters for electronics. So it's an overview of the cutters and what I like and what I don't like. Might help you out choosing some good ones. So certainly these are ubiquitous everywhere. I've used more of these than I want to count. A lot of times companies will only buy you cheap tools, or if they buy you tools at all, a lot of times you have to supply your own tools. But these are always kind of throwaways, so these are easy to get a hold of. They're just made out of stamped metal, and they're super simple. And yeah, they get the job done, but yeah, they never close well. They never give you a good mating close on things. So let's see. For years and years and years, I used things like this, and they were okay. These are made by Excelite. Yeah, these are Excelite, and I mean, I remember these from decades and decades ago, and they're okay. They're a little bit small in the hand, so I don't know. They're okay, but I never quite liked them because they were very, very small in the hand. And here's some pliers that went with them. So yeah, there was a bunch of these, and anyway, they're just okay. That one's on the floor now. But so then. They came out with this version. This is Excelite as well. And these had a foam handle. Now, I think these are exactly the same cutter, except they decided instead of having these dipped plastic handles, they went to this foam handle. And that made all the difference. Then these became okay. They weren't as slippery in the hand. They felt a little bigger. They were okay, and I had these for a very, very long time. You can say I used the crud out of them. The bottom of the foam was broken off. Yeah, I used these for a long time, and I take care of them. Don't cut any hard wire, only cut soft wire, and once in a while I would touch them up, I guess, with a stone and stuff. But yeah, these are still in perfect condition. Sometimes the little spring falls out, but not on these. Yeah, these were good. I did like this, and so if you're on a budget, I think Excelite is probably a really good place. Now I think they've changed their name, so let's take a look at these. These are Excelta. I think it's the same company. I could be wrong, but anyway, the name is now different on these things. I guess I could zoom in a little bit. And these are really good. These are I use these all the time in the garage for non-critical applications or a secondary set. I want to keep my good cutters to myself. So I like these. These have bigger handles, right? The handles are getting, they're catching on, right? The handles are getting bigger, and these feel pretty good in the hand. They have these little grips here that I don't really use. I just grab back here, but they do keep your hand from riding up, I guess. So yeah, these are pretty nice. I don't quite like the handle as much because it's slippery. It is a bit smooth compared to foam. I kind of like the foam grips, and these are just a little bit slippery. Here's a set of pliers, and these look like they're probably made in Pakistan. Anyway, these say USA on them. Well, maybe not. These don't say. Oh yeah, these say Pakistan. So yeah, these are made in Pakistan. These say USA on them, so maybe they are. This is a part number 7248E. I'm sorry, 7248E. So that's these. Now the same company has a nice. So these I really, really like. These again are the Excelta. It says made in the USA, and I think these are really, really great. These are nice big foam handles, and these feel really, really good in the hand. And so I would probably say, yeah, they're getting much better. This is now like a two-step handle. There's one plastic handle and there's one foam handle on the outside. And The heads are always a little different, right? These are actually different cutters, and the heads are just slightly different shaped. This one is a little more heavy duty. This one's really tiny to get into really tiny little crevices. So I use these once in a while when I really need to get into something. These are a 7230E, and these are a 9242E. So you can get really confused on all these numbers, and you get kind of lost. And they have foam grip pliers as well. These are made in Italy. Interesting. These are the US ones. So I really like these. But more recently, I've kind of upped my game. Some viewers have kind of caught on that I like EREM. So yeah, these are Swiss made, and these aren't for the faint of heart. These are very expensive. So I've spent a lot of time searching on eBay for good deals, and every once in a while you'll see an EREM for sale, maybe used, and you're taking your chances a little bit, but these are just excellent pliers. Cutters, I just can't recommend them enough. So there are different grades, or not grades, but different models. And so there's a 5 series, a 6 series, and a 7 series, I think. Now this is part of the 6 series, and these are small. Okay, these are about the same size as these old ones here. So if you have small hands, then these are probably great. So I imagine that if you're a woman or you have small hands, then this is kind of the size that you want. And this is the 6 series. This is 622N, and these are, like I said, these are really small in the hand. And but I had these for quite a long time, and they were my go-to. They were my go-to pliers. I was hesitant to get anything bigger because I had grown up on small cutters, and I thought that's what cutters should be. They should always be small, right? And then just because it was cheap, I found these on eBay. They were like $15 or something. I mean, they were ridiculously cheap. Maybe they were $20, but they were ridiculously cheap. These new list for about $270. Yeah, that's right, $270 if you want to buy these things. Now, these are the fancy ones because they have carbide inserts. So all of the other ones were just hardened steel, but these actually have carbide tips in them, and so that's why these things are so darn expensive. And I bought these. They were new, but they had been out in the weather somehow. And I got them just super cheap, and I bought a bunch of them. I gave them to my friends, and these were just a screaming deal. This is a part number 576TX. So look that up and look at the price on these things, 576TX. And so what I wanted to mention with these is, first of all, the handle has now finally gotten to the right size. So for me, these are absolutely the perfect size handles. Now they're very close to these. And these are fine, but these are better. These are definitely better. These just fit my hand. So maybe your hands are different, but these just fit my hands just absolutely perfect. At first, I didn't think I wanted these because the cutter looked too big. It looked too stout. If you compare it to these little cutters here, they are significantly wider here. And so if you're reaching in between legs of ICs, you want like a little narrow snout, and that's why these guys are really good, because they're super tiny. Whereas these guys are bigger, right? These guys are fatter. And I thought I wouldn't like these, but I've been using them now for about a year, and these are just fabulous. I just love these things. So yeah, hats off to EREM. These are just my favorite. So that's my 40-year journey into finding the perfect cutters. Now let me show you some bonus facts. So now I've become a complete EREM, have an EREM fetish now. So I want everything EREM. And I've had the opportunity, like I said, to surf on eBay for a decade looking for deals. And I found a couple deals once. One deal was for these. Nobody wanted these things, and I got them super cheap. And they're a very weird cutter. Again, they're the small size. They're the 6 series. These are 6 630Es. And they are an end cutting, let me use this, end cutting pliers. So they do cut from this direction, okay? Instead of pliers that, cutters that go this direction, they go straight in. But they have this little lip on them. And so they are meant to go straight down onto a PC board and then clip. And they will always leave behind the thickness of this little step. And so that's really, really cool. You can cut vertically, which is a really valuable thing to do every once in a while. You can cut vertically, but it leaves that little step there. Every once in a while, though, I would like to have a vertical cutting plier or a vertical cutting cutter that was flush as well. And I haven't found any of those yet until just last week. So let me show you those. So it came brand new in the box. I've never seen a box before because I've always bought used ones. I've never seen a box before. So these are Magic Line. It's a different. It's owned by Utica, but these are EREM and Swiss-made. Subsidiary of the Triangle Corporation, South Carolina, huh? Anyway, so these are, look at these, okay? So these are the big fatties again. So they are the same size as my favorite cutters. They have the nice big fat handles on them, so it's a 5 series. This is a 573AT, 573AT. Now these are flush cutting nippers, right? So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to cut vertically, but it's going to be as flush can be. And these also have carbide inserts. So there's carbide insert in there and carbide insert in there. I haven't looked at what the new price is on these, but I imagine it's quite high. I got these for $25. So yeah, I think these are probably a $200 cutter or something like that. So, but they're very, very rare, that these end cutting ones, and yeah, they are great. So anyway, like I said, I just got those last week. I haven't even used them yet. I haven't had a chance to use them yet. I needed these when I was restoring the Hammerland receiver. I needed to be able to go in vertically and cut something, and I didn't have any good cutters. These would have been ideal. So a nice addition to the family. Okay, so like I said, bonus round. Let me show you a hack. Okay, this is an EREM hack. So I had the opportunity to buy. What did I buy? I think I bought some of the little ones. I think these little ones. I think I bought 2 of these as part of a 5-plier set, a 5-cutter set. But they're actually other things. So there were five EREM tools in a set, and I got them very cheap. They were used, and but they came with some things that nobody wanted. So I think that's why they were so cheap, because nobody was bidding on them. And they were these things. Okay, so these things are kind of weird. Again, they're the nice big fatties. So these are 554As, and these are not cutters. These are lead forming tools. Okay, I don't know if it'll work on something that's fat, but we'll see. So you bring in your lead forming tool and you smush it, and it puts that little kink in it. Can you see that? I'm gonna have to zoom in farther. Is that as far? I can zoom a little farther. See that little kink it just put in there? And so that's what this does, right? So let's cut this off, and I'll do it again. So you bring these in, and you squeeze them, and they put that little kink. Now that little kink is so when you put it into a PC board, it doesn't go through all the way. It stops. So you'll actually see some components with this little kink in it, and I'm sure they did it by machine. But this is the little plier that puts that little kink in there. Okay, and so I bought 3 of these, right, as part of that bulk purchase I got, and I had no use for these things. So what I did was I kept one of them, because who knows, maybe will have use for it sometime. I kept one of them, but here's the hack. I made pliers out of the other one. Okay, so I just took them over to the grinder, and I just ground myself some pliers out of this, right? So these started their life as these, and then I just ground them down to make them into pliers. So now I have EREM quality pliers. They're nice flat-faced pliers. Nice to have a smooth flat face sometimes, and made out of these 554s. So these and these you will see on my bench all the time. These are my two go-to tools. These are the ones. These nice fatties that I have, plus these the ones that I've hacked. And yeah, I just love these two tools. So there you go. Way too many EREM tools. Yes, I have a problem. Yes, collecting tools is one of them. And anyway, I hope it helps.